Hello and welcome back to SJ Cartier Limited Combos. And today, I'm gonna respond because this is why I do my channel. As I say, it gives me a chance to actually explain my point of view than just typing and feeling like I'm debating with people that only have one like eye set of eyes and can only understand things in one way. So recently, I saw a post by Three Shots of Tequila Clips where they conversated on the thoughts on Bouncer and what he is doing and is he getting away with all of this because he is in Dubai. So I actually commented, let me switch the camera. I actually commented on here. He is definitely playing the best mind games as he is talking about everyone who's urban in a way that can open people up to his way of thinking, regardless of his bias in the situation, because they were actually pointing out that obviously in some of these situations we can clearly see that he is biased. So wherefore he's talking about Ambush touched Ray Black's breast and making it sound like he's a predator, but then he's bigging up people like Tim Westwood and Devious. He obviously likes Tim Westwood and Devious. That's why that essay is irrelevant to him in his point of view. To me, it's not. Just like snitching when you're a child is irrelevant to you being a grown ass man now. You grew on the roads, you grew around the roads. We always knew you don't snitch. And to be honest, forgetting growing around the roads, my mama taught me from a young age, we don't tell tales. So stop telling on people, yeah? And then I got a few responses. I've got someone here talking about how can he be a culture vulture, FFS, hand over face. So I explained to him using the culture to get rich by conversating on the negative things in our culture, especially when there's no advice or positivity, only judging, because I seem to feel like a lot of his videos are just judging people from an urban background, which is why I put about talking about everyone who's urban, because I feel like he's talking more about all the urban people who are either trying to succeed or who have succeeded or actually going down now. So it's more focused around urban, which is good for me as an urban because this is where we have to look at ourselves. What do we actually care about? Do we care about people talking about urban people and bringing them down? Or do we care about people that are trying to teach people how not to tear down our culture and their opinion on our culture? Because on the roads, this is the same people that would be killing another black man over a postcode compared to a man telling a man, you're killing a man over a postcode. It's silly. We don't even own the road. We don't even own a house on the road. So to kill a man for a postcode where we have no actual no actual ownage or ownership of is crazy. So this man responds as, well, another person responded as, Bouncer has first-hand experience with certain people in the scene. This is really why people like watching him and will keep watching him. Let me stop there. People watch him because he's gossiping, and we all love a gossip. Even for me, I've had to kind of take myself away because I've started watching a lot of YouTube people now. I only used to use YouTube for music to watch The Truth Is, which is I'm going to go through my subscriptions in a minute, but The Truth is a person that talks about the underbelly of celebrity and control of the world. So that's why I watched him. I used to watch Too Cold because he does the Pop the Balloon, and compared to Arlette, I prefer his Pop the Balloon because it feels more urban to me, even though everyone on Arlette is urban and has some kind of urban background. They seem very different type of stock to what I see on Too Cold, which I relate to. So that's why I watch him. I also was subscribed to Stephen Bartlett's one because I felt like he got a lot of people from different backgrounds and got them to talk on their opinions and views. There's a few others like Mel Robbins' Mindset. Obviously, I was subscribed to Arlet as well. I was subscribed to Scar City Studios because I felt he gave news on urban backgrounds and news that people aren't talking about. Who else was I subscribed to in the region? I'll go through them all properly later. But this is what he's saying. This is really why people like watching him. We all like watching gossip. People like hearing that type of stuff, like the dig that stuff. That's how the game is. Defo isn't a culture vulture, in my opinion. Then that same person who asked me at the beginning, how is he a culture vulture? He's gone, he's part of the culture and has done more for the culture than you and I, and most of his vids come with the same positive message at the end, which I find cringe. Stay on the roads, etc., etc. Stay off the road. Sorry. So with regards to the first one, I've had to respond. I liked watching to understand who he was. That's why I watched, as I felt he had done so much for the culture. This was previously before me watching him on YouTube, to be quite frank, because I've watched him from Wicken and Bad doing their Sunday Smoke. I've kind of watched him do a few things and I've kind of thought, yeah, he's kind of doing well for himself, and he seems to be involving people like Little Man, and he seems to be trying to sign people like Dig That. So he's obviously trying to get people from the roads who may not have as much connections to the roads in those white collar situations. So in the broad boardrooms, in the record labels, won't have like, so Bouncer, because he's got the Play Dirty on his name and that is also connected to Krypton Conan, then anything he does do is bringing highlight to his fans and Krypton Conan's fans. When we actually look at it though and listen, he used other man's talent to get where he is now. His talent being superior marketing, and I think that's the honest opinion of who he is. He is a superior marketing mogul in that sense. So if you want to build your brand, he can help you build your brand, as a lot of YouTube channels now who are talking about Bounce are also building their brand. So he's obviously giving people like even me now, I'm obviously conversating on him, and that possibly could build my brand, even if it's not always the right people that I may want to actually build my brand. So I've had to respond to this yes man, and this is why I'm doing my video, to put my face to it and completely explain my angle. He's gone, firstly, you don't know me. I've gone, firstly, you don't know me, to say what I've done for the culture, and I'll reiterate what I said above. Bouncer has used Dig That or Little Man's talent to get rich from them, because they never know how to go alone, compared to a Tim Westwood who gave artists from the culture a platform to perform and allow their talent to take them where they need to, compared to giving them a platform then trying to bring them down when they decide to go independent. In fact, I'm going to do a video on the topic myself and keep it 100% real. This is what I'm trying to do now. There's no brown nosing. I don't really care about what people think about me or have any judgments of me or fans of somebody else, to be extremely honest. So I've gone, this one, I only scratch the surface, because I've shared a video about the culture vultures that I believed was a reason why we're getting mistaken. A lot of people saying Bouncer's done an amazing job, Bouncer's doing just fine, Bouncer and Tanks are consistent and relatable. And I think that's where we have to understand what we mean by consistent and relatable. Let me pull my face on now. I'll keep it very open and honest. I've got a lot of respect for Bouncer and what he actually has done. But then, as I say, when I've come onto this YouTube now and I'm starting to watch him on his videos, in fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to look at his channel now and see who he actually talks about. You know what I'm trying to say? Because my point is, what I'm trying to get at is, I feel like he is a smart man. He's a very clever man. He's got like how many man living in Dubai with him sharing rent. So that's a smart move by anyone that is let's say for me, I don't think I could go and put a rent into a house, whether it's a 4 bedroom, 8 bedroom mansion, with a group of men. For me, or for us all to stay there and feel like our lives are on top of each other, when I feel like that rent could have been shared and we could have all had our independent properties. We could have even got properties very close to each other where we're able to still communicate and do business with each other. And for someone to take himself away to Dubai, I understand why you've done it, because the UK is not the best place for a young black urban man, which is where he comes from. He's a black urban man. So when I compare that to Tim Westwood as a white man not from the urban culture of the UK and not growing up in that type of ghetto lifestyle, in my opinion, because I don't know where he comes from, other than he comes from Hastings or something like that. So when you're coming from a culture like that and your main focal point is to focus on the negative of our culture, when you understand it's already difficult for our culture, is where I'm trying to get at with why I've started watching his videos. And I've started to think, what is this man doing? He's screaming ack. As a brother, we're trying, as a brother, as a Muslim brother, yeah, we're trying not to talk about people. Like, even for me, I'm trying not to talk about people in my culture unless I feel like it's something that could interfere with people in the culture on a day-to-day basis and they're not able to talk up about it. So in my last video, which only had 3 views, funnily enough, I was trying to talk about how basically people from our culture get judged and told we have to go back when one person commits a crime and we don't know this person. But when it comes to a white person committing that crime, people don't jump on the bandwagon as all white people could possibly do this. But when one black person does it, we're all possible of doing it. Yeah. So when someone is then talking a negative thing about what our culture could do, or a person in our culture has done, there's people that don't understand the culture will take that as gospel, as all black people are similar to this. So what his videos are, his home, how I made 135 grand from 3 songs. I wonder if that was his songs. I haven't looked at that, so I wonder if that was his songs or not. Music marketing breakdowns. Why didn't Drake bring out gigs at Wireless? Who said gigs wanted to come out at Wireless? UK's rap biggest downfall in our culture. Drake and Wireless. Talking about our UK rap's biggest downfall in our culture. The hard truth why most UK artists are falling off. I may have to listen to that because that was 2 weeks ago. I've stopped watching from these videos. That I feel like the hard truth why most UK artists are falling off is a positive type of video that I like to hear, because you're looking at why they are, and I like to think during the video you're giving them reasons, examples of how they could not fall off and how to keep their music more relevant and get more views, whether that be YouTube, Spotify, or all the other platforms that are possibly available. Why UK artists really didn't get booked for a Wireless. Our record labels work. Spotify. Mazza L20 could be the next biggest UK artist. So even look at that then. From our culture, and I'm not saying Mazza ain't from the urban and ain't from the ghetto of Liverpool, and I ain't saying he don't do his thing up there. But even here, this man is bigging up Mazza L20, yeah. But then in all these previous ones, he's talking about our UK rap. He's talking about all the black faces as well are doing crap and shit. Why are you bringing down the culture? Because that's what I'm thinking. You're bringing down the urban culture to uplift Mazza L20. Crazy to me. And that's the same as bringing down Ambush, but then uplifting Tim Westwood. It's crazy to me. I've had enough. I'm burned out. Normalize the word no. They will never respect you. No one knows you are, who you are. Why are you so bothered? I'll never quit. I'll spend £166 a day to collect data. I lost everything, was homeless, and moved back to my mum. See, that's a bit serious. So I like them ones. The mindset and motivation. So this is something I will say. I don't actually look via his playlist. I just see what pops up. So as the latest, let's look at the latest. My response to 3 shots of tequila. Maybe something to listen to. Is Young Spray wrong for not paying co-host? That's on the co-host to deliberate that beforehand. If he's happy to come there and grow his social networks and not get paid, then that's what he's happy to do, because that's what he's exactly gone and done. He's built his platform up while he's been on RTM, and now he's going to start his own podcast. Congratulations to him, and give Spray something else to talk about. The jealous uncle that ruined Section Boy's music career. Yep, chatting about more urban culture, man. Them. UK rapper murdered his friend in front of his son. Yep. UK Thanos exposed UK rappers' sex tapes. Okay. Justo exposes Young Spray that he doesn't pay his co-host. Yep, we know that. Pinky Notes leaves Young Spray RTM podcast, big fallout. Where is Dirtbike LB as D Block Europe split up? Like, if they have split up, yeah, because this is what I'm looking at, and I'm going to keep it very real. Snitching, I think. A lot of stuff that shouldn't be talked about, and if you're talking about them, there's a way you're going to try and talk about them, to try and give advice to these people personally, online, via the screen, because you're not able to call them directly. Either you don't have the number, you don't have the heart, or you don't know how to go around it, whether you're trying to talk to them in person or over the phone. So, example, where is Dirtbike as D Block Europe split up? Imagine there was something going on in between them and they just had a disagreement in the camp. Why do you need to bring it to public attention? Are you asking them for more music? Are you trying to get them to build music again together because we all like D Block Europe? What is your moral? What is your aim? And I think this is the main point I want trying to get at with Bouncer. He does talk about a lot of the urban culture, which keeps us interested. But if we think about it, back in the day in slavery times, and some people may say, why are you taking it there? But back in the day in slavery times, there were house niggers that used to do the same to the ones that in the field. Talk about them to feel more comfortable with those over there, the owners, the slave owners, to feel like, oh, I'll get a better bed. I'll get a better respect from these other people. And I feel like that's the angle he's coming from, compared to the house end trying to tell the man in the field, look, do this, do that. I'll probably try to give you this, or there's a way over there, or if you do this, you may get in the house with me. That's the energy I want to hear. I don't want to hear man trying to tell that the slave owners what's going on with the house or the field ends, because that's how I look at it as someone from the culture. And that's my main point with why I kind of disagree with some of his videos, and how I feel he's bringing down the culture to make money. And this is where the Dubai comes in. But you making this money from videos about all UK people, yeah, from the culture, and you live in Dubai. And as I say, I don't really know you from Adam, so I don't know what you do in the UK to help the UK. I don't know what money you send back to represent these people, or I don't understand what you could do from There's a lot you could do, but I don't understand what you do from Dubai to help these UK people. Because just like I saw in the Little Man video, this man is tearing a man down for his new career with somebody that was a celebrity because she was on Big Brother. She may not be seen as that now, but she was to a lot of people and still is to a lot of people. But you're tearing down Little Man for what he's doing on that side. But then in your same breath, you're saying, I still share his videos. Like, he could do much more because I still share his videos and get hits and viewers and subscribers and obviously making money from it. So if you're so aggrieved with the way he's moving, why don't you send him some of that money that you're from his previous time? Oh, because he was under you, but that was his content. Why don't you send him all of his content for him to build up himself again and gain confidence? Why do you feel you have to tear down the culture to make yourself feel better? And this is why I like Remain Relevant, because he keeps on his arse. He stays on his arse still. And it keeps him up to date with what he should be doing and how he should be talking, and reminding him, Aki, you aren't real. You're being quite fake, and you're being quite smart. You're being very smart because you're using our culture in some way to snitch on them online to make money. The same thing that everybody said he's done, snitch. Regardless of age. Regardless of age, the man has snitched. And he's online doing the exact same thing, snitching on people from the culture. And that's my understanding of a culture vulture, whether you're black, white, or Asian. It's whether you're trying to uplift them and give them knowledge, or are you trying to inform others of what's going on over there? And now I'm going to go through all of my little subscriptions to who I'm subscribed to and why I'm subscribed to these people. So the Taboo Room, I subscribe to him because he goes to the ghettos in America. He's from the UK, he's from the Midlands, and he's trying to get an understanding of the real ghettos over there. And when he's over there, he's not just trying to ask them about all the crimes they're doing and all the serious stuff they do. He also gives them the question, if you could end the beef right now, would you? I love that question because you get so many different answers. Some people say we would. Some people say, I wish we could. Some people say never. Some people say, some may. Some difference of opinions in the ghetto. And it kind of shows how urbanly stuck in our mindset we can be, because even in the ghetto where we may not have nothing, we recognize we have nothing. We actually still would stay like that because that's what we know, and we don't know how to come away from that ghetto lifestyle and feeling that we have to fight with each other and kill each other to make a penny, to make a living, to feed our family. So he's at the top because I've been following him possibly for the longest. Next is Comic Tom 101 because I like comics. He talks about some of the hot comics every week. I like comics. He's a good lad. I've spoken to him. I've bought from him. He's in America. His dad's respectful as well. So I just like his energy, so I follow him. Keep It Comics, I follow him because he's a black man talking about comics. He's got his own little uni course going on and he does a lot of things, but he keeps it real with the comics that he feels are popping, and he doesn't just go by FOMO. He also, at the end of every show, shows us some of the comics that he has brought for his own personal collection, which interests me because he actually opens my eyes to comics I may not have noticed. Obviously, Sinners, I follow Sinners because they're from Brum. I know them. I have to follow them. But with Sinners, I will say, please stop trying to be a young spray. be yourselves, because yourselves are enough. And let's focus on this Birmingham thing, because we should be building with Chop Shop. That's what we should be doing. We're local, we know each other, we go to dances clearly. UK Brazy, I follow him because, to be honest, he does highlight some of the things we want to talk about. And instead of Bouncer, compared to Bouncer where he's got an opinion on everything, he just shows us the clips and makes us make up our own opinion, which is what I kind of like with him, because it's not always just about him chatting about people. It's him showing clips of what people have said or what people are doing, and for us to make our own judgment because of the way he's put the clips in. Smart guy. Kicking it with Too Cold, as I say, is urban. He keeps it urban with his Pop the Balloon. I've got mad love for him. He's always showed respect on Facebook and Instagram. I had a little couple conversations, and he's in America. Respect to him. Love what he's doing. I love the people he brings out. People that are on Arlettes, which you will see I do subscribe to as well, wouldn't make it onto Arlettes because of their urbanness. So that's why I like his Bling lifestyle. I follow Bling because Bling go around the ends of Birmingham, and him show Birmingham, and him show it from a Jamaican point of view, and me love it, man. Him keep it real. So yeah, I follow Bling, and these are channels that you can have a look at and go and subscribe to as well. Remain Relevant is very funny. To be honest, he keeps it real. He has no care for people. Something people do say, we don't know what he looks like. I hear that. But he's Remain Relevant. He's here to take the mick out of these influencers that are trying to influence a lot of people's opinions, and it's negative for our culture in the long run. It's negative for our children in the long run. It's negative for our grandchildren in the long run. So it highlights it. Of course, RTM. It's entertainment. I say the difference with RTM is, I say I do like RTM because it's urban. Man, keep it real. I don't like the way man disrespect the women on there. For one, you shouldn't disrespect women like that anyway, and for two, you're on a live camera disrespecting women. There should be more common sense in your head than that. Yeah, so I don't really agree with all of that, but for what they bring on there, they bring man from urban ghetto lifestyles, and they do try to get some conversation. And when you look at the clips, there is some good conversations and good vocal points and topics. You just have to decipher from the madness, because there's a lot of madness on there which keeps you watching, which is what Bounce is trying to do, talk madness to keep them watching. The truth is, as I say, because he just keeps it deep, he keeps it real, he keeps it into the things I'm interested into, those underbellies of society, those people that do culture vulturing, do actually feed people into the societies and industries as industry plugs to take over a certain field or influence a group of people in a certain way. Arlette, I follow her because she was at first one of my favourite Pop the Balloons that me and my partner used to watch, and it was more to the level of quality of people you see on there. So if I was single and I had to decide whether to go on Too Cold or Arlettes for a woman, I may say for the woman of levels, I may have chose Arlette. But if I want to keep it to being myself and being able to be myself, I'd go on Too Cold, because I feel like I'd have to hide who I am on Arlettes, which nobody wants to hide who you are to your woman, because if you start like that, you're just going to start out lying to her from the beginning. So with Too Cold, you can just be open and honest and be yourself. Brumtown UK, because obviously they follow Brum, they go around Brum. He's a little influencer in but yeah, he does his thing. So big up Brumtown UK. Queen, I only just followed her recently and I subscribed to her because I saw a couple comments she was having, and I kind of like the topic she was going with. She's came from RTM. To be honest, I was only like, as I say, I wasn't really a big YouTube fan other than music, Scarcity, Pop the Balloon, and The Truth Is, that was like my main YouTube use only for like 3 years. Oh, and Comic Tom and Keep It Comics. I've been watching them for 2, 3 years now, 4 years going. So yeah, those are the channels I were subscribed to originally. Scarcity, of course, Scarcity News. They need to do a bit more and get back on it every day. Reports. Get your reports and your news reports to Scarcity. Yeah, he'll be there. Get to him. Yeah. Scorcher, because yeah, Scorcher's just hard. I respect his music. Fesify, to be honest, he talks about the topics, but then that's another culture vulture. I don't know who he is. Don't know what he looks like. Sounds not urban to me like that. So I follow him just for those reasons, because he talks about the topics, but I don't listen to him because it's another person that's culture vulturing about our culture. I'd rather, as I say, I'd rather it be Bouncer talking about our culture than a Fesify. Let's get that straight. But when we're talking about it, I like us to come with a positive angle for them. Fesify ain't talking with no angle, where he's just talking, giving us the news. Bouncer, you've got the opportunity to give the culture some knowledge. Do it. I follow Shane Johnson from Sinners Podcast. Follow his podcast. Latest signings, I'm on there as well, because that's all the wildlife, and I do like a bit of wildlife. So yeah, I've subscribed to them because I saw some of their videos were kind of like videos that you don't always see, basically, compared to the BBC Live, BBC Animal YouTube channel. I've seen most of those clips already. Man Better Know, I've just subscribed to them the other day because some of the videos they've been doing, can't lie, I like some of the music they've just released. And I grew up with Boy Better Know. I grew up thinking JME was probably one of the best rappers, to be extremely honest. Better than Skepta, in my opinion, when I grew up. Now I may say a bit different. Skepta can be the GOAT over JME, but growing up for me, I prefer JME than Skepta. Chop Shop, of course. Chop Shop, another one from Brum. I have to follow them. Have to. Yeah. Pen Game Rap Battle, of course. We grew up on Lord of the Mics. We grew up with all these shows. Bloody hell, have I just forgot all of them? Risky Roads, and all of that. Yeah. So that we grew up on all those things. So yeah, Pen Game Rap Battle. We're into that. I will say though, I like the judges for this last one, but we need more serious judges that don't follow who they think the fans like and listen to the bars. Tell You TV is a Jamaican little channel. Tell us about Jamaican things and things going on in dancehall. Winners Talking, I've subscribed to them mostly because of what was going on with them and Spray. But in the end, I actually subscribed to them because I felt they were coming from a different angle. They were coming from more of a calm, positive nature, not trying to be overactive and hyper on the channel, but trying to make their content and what they're saying be more accepted than the hype and entertainment of what they're saying. So that's why I kind of followed them. Bouncer, of course, Bandmind TV Birmingham. This is one of my brethren them from Birmingham. He set up a little YouTube channel, so I thought, why not? And then M2K documentaries. I don't think I've watched too much of them. I probably watched one documentary and ended up subscribing. Link Up TV, of course. DJ AG Online. Members Only, that's a new one. A lot of these now are new ones. So Man Like Rage, It's a Jamaican Thing, Wild Habitat, Sky Sports, Popcorn, Massacre, Soccer City, Wild Kingdom. The Debut is one that I used to follow as well, because it's a lot of urban rappers in America, and they come on there and they just do their stuff, innit? Some of them you may like, some of them you may not. Some of them I do like, some of them I don't. But It's part and part of music. Everyone has different flavors. K Coke, WooCommerce tutorials, because I do have a WooCommerce shop. Red Bull, GMT, I think that's to do with the ciphers and all stuff, yeah. Diary of a CAO, Renovision, Wild Nature, Dardist, Apex Predators, OJ's Collectibles, Cherry Collectibles, Expressions Oozing. I haven't actually watched them yet, but they are another Birmingham one. Hood War Chronicles, Your Aunties Could Never, The Diary of a CEO, The Comics Den, Dean Diaries, Spine Ticks, Mufti Menk, Mel Robbins, Comic Book Corner 2.0, Yakin Institute, Fat Mac Promotion, Cover Price, Afua Rose, 2-Pack, Fades, Comics Are Dope, Vibes Cartel Radio, Chronic Law, Her Majesty's Clips, Honor Mad One, Snowstream, Spiller Productions, K2 Brummy Boy, DJ Cizé, Mobile Wars. Of course, I have to subscribe to my other one because that's the one where I have all my music, and that's where I was, to be honest, watching a lot of my videos previously, and that's where I listen to my music daily on that YouTube. So I had to just subscribe to get my playlist to be extremely honest. 50 Cent, King of the Ring, Jay Caminari, who is actually my stepson, who talks about like anime and videos and gaming reviews. So also give him a follow as well. But this is why I went through all my like little subscriptions. It's to kind of show you like most of them are actually just positive people in what they are trying to output. And the negative ones, funnily enough, are our culture. And they're being negative against our culture. So when I actually do look through my little videos and look on my YouTube and I'm looking for something to watch today, I don't want to hear about man bringing down man from the culture. I want man uplifting everyone in the culture and trying to give knowledge to each other. Knowledge. You know what I mean? Like, let's teach each other how not to be judged over there, because that's exactly when we talk about each other. We're allowing each other and our kids and our parents to be judged because of some other angle that we want to talk about. When in fact we could be on here trying to show the kids, literally, we shouldn't be like this. They're entertaining us and we need to laugh at them because we disagree with how they're moving, because we've moved on, we've grown in who we are. We are men now. We are not the little boys running around who someone's looking and we want to stab man or punch man up. We're not the little boys who walk around and we could see two black youths fighting and we just stand there and watch. For me now, I see any type of youths fighting, I'm getting in the middle and asking the youths, what are you doing? Stop. Whereas what Bouncer seems to be doing at the moment is, let's have a look at this fight and let's talk about who won. So that's where I say culture vulture, because we're using the negative of our culture to grow ourselves and earn a certain amount of money to then not invest in our culture, to just invest in Dubai, in a life in Dubai. And that's some of the reasons why I've stopped watching Bouncer on a lot of his videos, why I've missed some of his other videos, but I'm still subscribed because he's a hack. He's an hack. And to be extremely honest, his Sunday Smoke was entertainment for me and my partner when we was getting to know each other. You know what I mean? So thank you to that. Yeah, because YouTube, Instagram kept us entertained, gave us laughs in the night. You know what I mean? Kept me feeling a bit of the culture as I understand what that person may be getting at. You're talking about the culture, whereas you're giving us a knowledge of the culture because you feel you have some understanding to that culture and what's actually happening in that situation. I get that. We like that. But where's the positiveness to it? Where are we just judging these people? That's what we don't want. Because I didn't want to do this video. I thought this for a while, and to be honest, I'm trying not to be talking about people unless I'm trying to give you a flip side as to what I want to see from these people. So as I say in my last video, I'm talking about the Warwickshire kids who are doing PDF stuff. Yeah. And I'm asking the people that are marching with racist inclinations to march also for these people, because they're denying their racism into why they're marching and calling it just for the kids. And when we're seeing these things being reported, where are you now for the kids? Or are you only ready to highlight the black people's mistakes and class one black person's mistake as all of our mistakes? So yes, I'm talking about the Football Lads Alliance, but in the realness, I'm thinking for us as black people and our culture of I could walk down the street and I could see loads of these people at an hotel and I'm now feeling weird. I could now get in trouble. I could be defending people. This is a problem. And the reason I defend them, not because they're PDFs, but because they're normal people. They're normal people. They're just normal black people who have come here for asylum from a certain country because there's certain things happening to them over there that makes it unsafe for them and their family and their kids. And that's why we gave them the space to live here. So that's something that I talked about people, but I'm talking about people, trying to give people an insight into the culture and not to judge the culture that way, or everybody in the culture, judge people individually. Yeah? Because when one thing's done over here, we're not judging everybody the same. And just like we can't call everyone racist, can we? Because not everybody is. We can't call everybody a PDF that is from another country, because not everybody is. So yeah, positivity. Let's talk about the culture and give some advice to our culture. Let's teach them. Yeah. So thank you for joining SJ Cartier Limited Convos, and I hope you enjoyed this one today.